Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. When we last left off, the maidens had just dispelled the barrier around Ganon's tower. Now it's time for us to clear this tower out. It's a pretty big tower, so mainly the largest part is the basement here. There's two ways we can go. There's the left way or the right way. I'll be taking both of them. But the main goal in the basement here is to get the big key and then get the item in the big chest. So, spoiler, that item is going to be the red mail, so it'll complete our defensive abilities. So, we have an annoying room right here. You have to wait for all these tiles to destroy themselves, and we also got to be dodging around because those wall masters, or I guess they're ceiling masters, because they come down from the ceiling, are flying around. If they grab you, they'll take you back to the beginning. So, yeah, kind of annoying. We just gotta go around here. Unfortunately, you can't really use the hook shot here, because while that will grant you the invincibility from the tiles, you'll be standing still and the hand will come down and grab you, so. Take out some of these guys. Got more of the hand sealing things here, so just gotta be careful. We're gonna have to light 4 torches, but before we do that, there's a room down here we're gonna go into just to clear it out. So we'll also head up into the room to the north to clear it out. So just gotta watch it here. This could be pretty tricky if you're trying to get all the skulls. You gotta push the stones in a certain way. We go. And don't worry too much about taking damage. There'll be anti-fairies later that we can throw sprinkle powder on, and you also have potions, so. Gotta clear out all these enemies. We'll eventually, later on, come in through the teleporter up there. That's sealed off, but just gonna come in here first, get some treasures under the pots. And alright, let's get our fire rod here. Ooh. There's everything here. So, here we go. Gotta get this one up here. And sometimes things can be. This one can be a little bit tricky to get because of all the enemies in the way. So here we have a little room with a little bit of a trick. Gotta take these guys out, clear them out, and then we're gonna throw a block. You can either throw a block or a bomb, and then use it to trigger the switch. There we're seeing what the cane does when we use the cane a second time. It blows up the block. Got one, like the one treasure chest in the Skullwoods Palace 3. The floor is going to change when we open up the treasure chest here. We got the compass. We'll have to push that block over there aside to be able to reach that other treasure. So, there we go. Some rupees that we don't need, but it's okay. Getting all the treasure. Oh. And don't bother hookshotting over to these guys, because otherwise you'll fall in the pit. Almost fell in the pit right there. Link running on the treadmill. Get some items here. Might be a good time to use our cape to avoid these things, because otherwise that floor is going to start falling. And we got to push that statue over there out of the way. Got to be careful. Got to inch your way around there. And then that will expose this star tile. We touch the star tile and that'll create the bridge. Right. Light the lantern here, and that'll show off the floor. There's going to be several rooms like that where we're going to have to light a lantern to show the floor. And here's the big hub room. This is the room that you'll end up in no matter which way you go, either left or right. So eventually we're going to come in through that door on the left there. And here's the big chest. We just want to head down this way to reset things. And if we keep those skulls there, we can take a little shortcut here with our hook shot, get across. And the fire rod should light this path long enough that we'll be able to get it through. If the path disappears and you forget what it looks like, remember you can always use the ether medallion to temporarily light up the path. So here's some of those anti-fairies that I was telling you about that we can fill up our life with. We have a bunch of cracked floors, but the only one that we can be bombed is the one down here in the lower right. And one thing about this tower is we're going to meet a bunch of our old friends from the light world. Yep, in this tower we're going to meet the guardians of all the pendant palaces. But they're going to fall really easily, especially with the silver arrows. Now instead of taking 3 arrows, each of these almost knights only takes 1. Also the mold worms, the sand worms from Palace 2, they'll also only take 1 hit from the silver arrow. And the worm that you have to that we fought in the Tower of Hera, where you had its tail, instead of taking 6 shots, it'll only take 2 shots with the fully upgraded sword. Okay, we've got some fairies here. You only need 1. Fill our life up. The good thing about this basement here is it takes us right up to where the big chest is. So we just got the big key. Now we can get the big chest, and we get the red mail, which further protects us. So the blue mail doubled our protection. The red mail doubles the protection over the blue mail. So, so something that would have taken a whole heart off with the green mail, the initial mail, would only take off half heart with the blue mail, and then we'll now take 4 hits to take off half a heart. We'll take 2 hits to take off half a heart with the red mail, so let's just, no need to go this way, but I'm just gonna go fill out the entire map, so. But yeah, we already done what we needed to do here in the basement, which was to get the big key and to get the treasure. We had to get the big key because on the floor up, we actually start on the 2nd floor, so this is actually the 1st floor. On the 3rd floor, the 1st floor you climb up on, there's a door that can only be opened with the big key, so you're forced, you can't really climb at all. We just hook shot a bunch of these gaps. No. Basically putting all the skills we learned up to this point all to use in one dungeon. More blocks that we're gonna have to hit. And now we get the map. Like all the other towers, it's gonna be very big on the base, but then as we climb up, the climbing up is gonna be the rooms are going to be, the floors are going to be very thin, so just place a bomb there. And we're going to have to do the same thing here, but we gotta be careful where you put the this bomb. If you put the bomb too close to one of the switches, it'll hit both of the switches, and it'll hit both the switches, and then it'll go back to the red again, so it might actually be easier to just use the cane of Samara there, so that way you're only guaranteed to only hit to re-trigger one of the blocks, the switch blocks. So you want to push that one block over there, that one block that was kind of out of the place. And that creates a chest. Thought I could hook shot through that guy, but nope, he blocked. And now we have like a little warp maze here. Just want to head off to the side. Before we head on, we want to make sure that we destroy this cracked wall, because this is the only way to get to this cracked wall. Yeah, if you ever want to fill out the whole map and you missed that there, you're going to have to backtrack all the way back to this area. Foot tile in the upper left. And we're just going to get a bunch of bombs and arrows up here. 20 arrows and 6 bombs. So, we're full on bombs and arrows though. And let's just keep doing our little warp around. Pick up some skulls. No treasure though. Dope. And down here, now we're gonna be in a long passageway across. Just gotta be careful. Got these bouncy enemies. It looks like you can go up on the top there, but you can't. It's too slippery. So here we're back in this room. I said we'd get into it eventually. And here we are. Get over this way, and hey, we're back into this room, the main hub that, so we're just gonna head up to the north. We don't have anything else to do in this room, and we'll be back in the room where we got the big treasure, and now we can head up back, to the first floor and start proceeding up the tower, so. See, filled out the entire first floor, and the basement. Now we just got a long trek up. So let's fill up our life here. It's nice of them to always give a whole bunch of these anti-fairies around. Yeah, well, once it was really annoying enemies. Well, now we're glad to see them. So now that we have the means to take care of them, gonna have to get our arrow out here to take care of the red one. He's gonna be a little tricky though, because the positioning that he was on with all the spikes. Shoot. Ew. Well, we're gonna have to, I guess, take some damage to get this guy. Yep. Alright, there we go. And we're gonna have to push one of these blocks. Looks like it's the upper one. And that'll open the door. Alright, head on down here. Keep our arrows equipped, because we have to take care of these two guys. Luckily, with the red armor, those traps don't deal too much damage. So, remember, these guys move opposite of you, so shoot the arrow and then lure them into the arrow. And there's that big key door that we couldn't have proceeded without going, get the big key in the basement. And then these guys, we haven't seen them in a while. Thankfully, the green ones we can destroy with one hit with our butter sword now. So, it doesn't matter which switch you leave the toggle on. So, just be careful here. These cannonballs will knock you into the pit if you're not careful. Here's a tricky room to get to. What you have to do is we have to dash, turn around, and hit those blocks, and that'll bounce us back across the little gap. And then we can get into this room here, where we get some fairies and a few little things to fill up our equipment. Now we can just hook shot across this gap. Now it's up to the next floor. Definitely get a lot of Tower Hera vibes here. Oh, not Tower Hera, the Hyrule Castle Tower vibes here. We're just going through like a square floor, going around it in a counterclockwise direction, defeating enemies, trying to find keys. Just there's a lot more traps in this one, but we are more. Felfel is more than prepared to deal with all these traps. He has the better armor, better shield, better sword. He's come a long way since when he left his uncle's house there. Uh-oh. Our good old friend, the slippy floors. Whee! More slippy floors. Ow. Well, that wasn't very nice. Just Just want to grab this treasure. I don't know why I'm trying to grab these pots. Obsessive compulsiveness. Donk. Alright, slide out here. Just run across here, and we're gonna meet our old friend, the sandworms. Not much has changed with them. They do have a shooter now, though, in their room. One shot with the silver arrow takes them out, so definitely overpowered. Ooh. Let's go, Felfel. Let's take these guys out. There we go. Did we get this guy? Ooh, he ducked in the sand way too quick. And there we go. So now all we have to do is take out the mold worm, the one from the Tower of Hera now. I guess if you're paying attention, we're figuring things out. You probably figure that, yep, we're gonna probably have to fight Ganon again. That's pretty good there at defeating those whiz robes. Let's use our ether medallion to show the way of the floor here. We got some of those eye enemies, and if we sprint fast, we get right past them. So more whiz robes in here. That trap was lucky. That whiz robe was lucky. The trap saved him. Otherwise, he would have been hit by the exploding block. Just sprint across this room. That guy was lucky. He was in a good position. Luckily, the conveyor belts don't fall down. So, if for some reason you miss, you fall down the pit, you don't have to reset that room. You can just walk on the conveyor belt. Clear out these skulls, and then that way we have a clear path to light up all the torches. We'll light this one from below, light it up, and we can head across here. Be careful with the little eyes there. Get the magic container, and head on up. Now you want to light the torch here at the bottom first, because if we went up first, those little balls of electricity would have blocked us from the way that they're programmed to maneuver. They block the torch first, and then of course the floor starts falling down, and the floor wouldn't be there for you to be able to light the torch there on the bottom. So, alright, here's an example. We've got to get the bomb, throw it, and let the conveyor belt pull it over to the wall where it'll explode, knock down the wall. I got lucky there and avoided both of those traps. We'll let just that bunny spell fizzle out on the wall. Let's heal ourselves up with the anti-fairy. Bonk. And then boink. Got the key. Head on down. And here we have the mold worm. I keep calling him. I think he is a mold worm, or whatever type of worm. But we only have to just hit him twice to take him out. And luckily, he does get really, really fast. Now we're gonna want to drop down to the room below. But before we do that, what we want to do is we want to cross this gap and get the treasure. That way, we don't have to defeat him again. Well, he'll reappear again, but we won't have to defeat him to move on. So that treasure chest, because we've opened it, it's always going to be there. So even though this guy will respawn, we don't have to fight him. The treasure chest is already there, so boop. And he got lucky. He knocked us down. I guess that's the worst thing. He can knock you down, you can fall into the spikes. But yeah, we don't have to fight him. We can just hook shot across. There we go. Here's a little shortcut. As we're pushing that block, we can shoot the hook shot, and then we get pulled through the block. So, otherwise we just have to push the block on the bottom, and you have to push a few more blocks, but it's not a hard block puzzle. Very simple. So here's an interesting thing. These guys, they can actually, if they hit the spikes, the big gray spikes down there, by the bouncing things, they actually will destroy themselves. So And here we are on the 7th floor, the final floor. There's the boss door, and I think we know who our boss is going to be in this tower. But we'll fight him again next episode. Take care, have a good day. Thanks for following along. Bye.